Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this is a follow-up to the test video that I have on the website. This is going to be 8 to 10 minutes long because I need to make an 8 to 10 minute long video clip to judge the synchronization quality of the video at the beginning, the middle, and the end to make sure that everything comes out all right that way. I added 2 additional lights to the video setup here. The primary reason is because I have the camera set up to do everything automatically on its own, and for me to have the camera, to ask the camera to do all these things for me, from auto exposure to autofocus, the camera really requires quite a bit of light. Right there in the center of the screen where I'm going to be. The other benefit to having these additional lights is they're more like a floodlight. They're higher up and they kind of soften the shadows on the sound baffles behind me here. That's not really important. I didn't really care too much about that, but yeah, hey, it's something nice to have if it's there. Now, again, having an 8 to 10 minute video, and I'm only about a minute into it, I need to think of things to talk about. So what I'm going to do is talk about the procedure. Again, I added 2 additional lights to the video to hopefully have a even that much cleaner, more professional looking video. I capture the video through the Canon XH-A1 camera via FireWire to an FS4 Pro HD digital video recorder. And neither of these are an advertisement for either company because they haven't made this camera in years. And that company for the digital video recorder sold out into a bigger company, and they don't make this product anymore. They make something else, but it's not this. And here's the good news for that is they made a product that is still good after that original company no longer exists. So that's a really good, I guess, kudos to them on their fine work, because I have several of these digital video recorders and they all work fantastic, and I love them all. The video file that I'm capturing is RawDV. That was I mentioned that in the other video, and that's true. I capture RawDV because it's the highest quality that the digital recorder can capture whatever the camera can put out. The best video image that this camera can put out is a 720p. It's 1280 by 720p high definition video. That's the best that it outputs through FireWire, and I can capture that with the best video format being RawDV on the digital video recorder. Now on the editing computer, it'll take in pretty much whatever I want to throw at it, no matter how high or low of a quality it is. That editor will take whatever it is and work with whatever you have. Because I have very high quality video, it's very large files. That 10-minute test video was like 2.2 gigabytes of information, so that's a very large file. But the computer can handle that. It doesn't have any problem working with it. And I make just a little bit of edit in the front, a very small edit in the back of the video, and that's really all I did to it. The video itself then has to be converted to something else. I was going to, and in that video I discuss it, I was going to make a RawDV file for uploading to YouTube. However, that's going to take forever for me to upload, and the video quality isn't going to be astronomical. So I decided, well, maybe that's not the best bet. So what I did is, in the video editing software, it has actually a dialog box which kind of gives me options for what kind of video I want to make. Whether I want to make a DVD, a computer file, an audio-only file, or maybe something I upload to the internet. Oh, well, bingo, I want to upload something to YouTube, so let me see what it has under that option. And in that option, it had a kind of a specialized setting, the 1280 by 720p high-definition video file, specifically tweaked out for YouTube. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like a great idea. Let me trust these people, because everything I've seen with the Linux operating system, with the Ubuntu Studio specification of that operating system, and with the KDEN-LIVE, KDEN Live video editing software, everybody, all the technicians throughout the entire process have really put in a whole lot of effort to put together a really bang-up powerhouse operation here. And so I'm going to trust the experts in the manipulation of the data here. And I selected, go ahead and make this MPEG-4 video specifically for upload to YouTube, and go ahead and render the file. Now, rendering the file is the process of taking the RawDV video and converting it into the MPEG-4 video and including the minor editing things that I did, which basically I just added a title card at the front. I fade in from black, fade out the black, and then fade in from black to the video. And at the very end, I just fade out the black again. And that's all I do. But it's a little bit of editing, it's something. And all of this needs to be rendered into the, or converted into the file format of MPEG-4 for upload to YouTube. Now I've been doing DVDs for years. Anytime I've rendered files, I've taken my high definition files and I've rendered them and converted them to MPEG-2 for DVD. So I've rendered them out to for DVD files as MPEG-2, and that took hours and hours. Basically, I'm sitting there working on a file, and I've done all my edits to it, whatever I needed to do for work professionally, and I would say, well, go ahead and render the files for the DVD. At that point, I pretty much secure the computer so that my cats or other pets or whatever don't get in there and mess with anything, and I can either go take a nap or go do something else, because it's going to be hours and hours before that file was converted into what I needed. Now, when I burn the DVDs, that process actually took place very quickly. So that was very nice that I could create these files and take forever to convert them over. But when actually the burning to the DVD process happened, that was very nice and very quick and efficient. And I appreciated that. For YouTube, however, I thought it was going to take forever and a half just to render a 10-minute video. In the past, it took quite a long time. If I was to make something from a RawDV or an AVI file and create it to anything else, it was going to take me a long time. So I wasn't going to be too impressed by what I thought might happen when I converted this to the MPEG-4 for upload to YouTube. However, I was pleasantly surprised. The 10-minute video took 26 minutes to render to the MPEG-4. This sounds like a long time because it's only a 10-minute video. It took two and a half times the amount of time that it is to render out. And even though that sounds like a long time, it's nothing. In the realm of digital video, 26 minutes for a 10-minute video is nothing. And so my concern at that point was, my goodness, what is the quality of this video going to be? It only took 26 minutes to convert RawDV to MPEG-4. They can't possibly look good. The other concern that I had was that the MPEG-4 file was 200 megabytes. Now, that may or may not mean anything to you, but a gigabyte is a whole lot bigger than a megabyte. And if the RawDV file, which is the RawDV file for 10 minutes, was 2.2 gigabytes, well, a gigabyte in general terms, just, for round numbers, 1,000 megabytes. So you get your 1,000 megabytes, and now you only got a file it's less than 10% of the original file size. So what in the world can this thing possibly look like? So my original file only took 26 minutes to render into the MPEG-4 file. The MPEG-4 file, which actually sits on a laptop for upload to YouTube, is tiny. It's a little tiny file, and it's like, oh, this is going to look really bad. So I uploaded to YouTube, and anytime I ever uploaded anything to YouTube, it took forever to get there. And I expected to be sitting around for 3-4 hours waiting for this thing to upload. It uploaded in 14 minutes. So here we go. 26 minutes to render a video, which was mind-numbingly fast. The file it created was super small, which really gave me a lot of concern. And it uploaded in just 14 minutes. Well, that kind of blew my mind. And I'm like, oh, this thing's got to be absolute trash on the back end. But you can see that video. If you go to the website and you look at the Right Now page, or if you're on YouTube and you look at the, I think it's called the RawDV 5 file test, and if you look at that file, hey, it looks great. It looks fantastic. You can actually, I was connected to the internet via Wi-Fi. I have my hardwire to the internet, and I didn't use it. I just used my Wi-Fi in the office, and that's how I uploaded the video. All of this happened. The internet connection, all this, it uploaded in 14 minutes just on Wi-Fi. So I was very, very impressed with the quality of the video on the back end. When it only took 14 minutes to upload, I was like, wow, this looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy with it. And I had the fear of watching it in high definition because I never really had any great luck with or success with the high definition videos. on YouTube, it's like, no, they're just not doing it for me. But this one here actually looked very, very good in 720p HD, and that's the highest setting that I have available there, because the camera only puts out 720p, But that's the best resolution it can put out, and that's the best resolution it's offered from YouTube, which is what the camera does. And I watched it in my video window that YouTube gives me, which is a pretty big window, actually, to watch a video, and you can make them all full screen. Well, then my concern is when I make this thing full screen in HD, it's going to choke, cough, wheeze, and crash, and my computer's just going to die. But it didn't. It actually looked very, very good. It looks very good at 480p. I suggest that 480p is a very good video a quality level in which to watch the videos. So if you have an older computer or a weaker, slower internet connection, 480p, even the 360p version looked pretty good. As a matter of fact, my computer automatically selected the 360p as the playback resolution in which to watch this video, the test video, and it looked fine. It looked fine. But then I upgraded it to the 480p, and I'm like, that looks very, very good. I'm very, very happy with the 480p. And then I experimented with the 720p, and I was like, okay, we're there. This is the process that we're going to use. We're going to capture the video to RawDV. We're going to take it out to the editor and convert it over to a YouTube quality, a YouTube tweaked MPEG-4 video format, and then we're going to upload it to YouTube from there. Now, with that, it is currently, at the end of this video, it is 8:54 p.m. So at 8:54 p.m., I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to run over to the editing computer, make some quick edits, convert the file, and then upload it to YouTube and see how long it takes for me to get this particular file from camera to YouTube, and see how long it takes me. Because the shorter distance I can do that in time, the better it is for everybody. So with that, let's go ahead and we'll take this to the editor.